So Tes is she the first lady of the man cave?
Yeah. Hey, Amaru. Only if you're ready. Let's go.
The Tes Sawyer meeting another. I know I say legend of too freely, but Kyle Umlang has decided to join us at an undisclosed location. And, Tes is she just started Twitter, and she is trying to catch up with the Kyle Umlang. And she's, as far as followers achieved in a short period of time, Kyle, I think she's hot on your tail.
Oh, yeah, right.
Well,
I think I have negative followers compared to Kyle.
Well, if she's calling it Twitter still, she's way behind already because it's now called X.
That's right.
That's right.
Can't keep up with the cool kids, you guys.
I know it. I just, we're supposed to be able to, people like us we're supposed to be known for our ability to, change on the fly with the times and learn quickly. And I'm behind. I'm left far behind now. Before we move ahead with our guy, Kyle Umlang, we got to give a shout out to MatGirl.com. That happens to be Tes Sawyer's mother. Just call her Mama Lori. Tes, describe these mats in as, I guess, the most efficient way you can.
Basically logo mounts, and she has a lot of military clients and, South by Southwest, Whole Foods, things like that. She's got some pretty good clients underneath her belt, and she's done very successful, woman-owned, based in Austin, Texas, all those kinds of great things.
Beautiful. We need to get one for Kyle as a gift, just for taking some time out on a Monday. No one wants to record podcast on a Monday night. That's not the best way to start a week, is it?
I don't even know what day it is. The off season is rough on all of us, so
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get to the fall. So I don't even know. What is Monday?
What is Monday? Yes.
What
It's
is
nothing.
life right now without football?
Exactly.
Right. And that's kind of for you who don't follow Kyle yet. Do that on Twitter at Kyle Umlang. And he has written now 3 books, published 3 books. And I know I give him this title right here, the Stat Genius. And he is the how can I say this? He owns everyone in America on Aggie humor, not New Mexico State, but Texas A&M. And I'm just going to bring this graphic up because we have to give him a shout out because he needs to sell these books and he won't have any problem doing it. I'll show you this graphic if I can find it. And we're very slow. We already found our first editing point. This is lovely comedy right here. Yeah. Isn't this lovely? Okay, here we go.
Sean, I need you to double click on the big E.
E. Error. This is supposed to come up anytime soon. There it is. 101 Aggie Facts, Volume 3. So, Kyle, first of all, I've never had a chance to ask you what motivated you for Volume 2. Yeah. But how is Volume 3 different?
It's different in the fact that it's 101 all different, all new, all true Aggie Facts. So you get Volume 1, you're thumbing through like, man, there's some good stuff in here. There's no way there's 101 different ones, and Volume 2 has 101 different ones. Same thing with Volume 3. So now there are officially 303 published Aggie Facts that are to this date right now factual. So where do you
do all your research, Kyle? I know you're obviously
all over the interwebs.
What'd you say?
All over the interwebs.
Okay.
There's so many.
The dark Aggie web.
No, I would never want to do that. Don't go to dark Aggie web.
Abort.
No, so how this happened was, so I was on Twitter. In 2019 is when I started doing college football stuff, and I was like, I was new to Twitter. I'd had a profile for years, but I didn't really tweet. I didn't really know what it was. So someone was like, you should post some data stuff, because I was doing that for my master's, and they were like, you should do that because there's an online community on Twitter that can just like share your stuff. And I was like, okay. So I started doing Texas football like stats. Just Texas football, that's all I really cared about. Sure. But I started getting like Aggie trolls and stuff responding to every single fact with like, oh yeah, well, what about from this date or from this date or this, and I would just keep like quote tweeting them with like just like people called them back then data bombs. And I just started growing a following of people that liked that I did that. And so then one day, this guy Blinken Riley started this Aggie Fact Thursday, just one day, and I hopped in and started doing all my Aggie Facts. And then I kind of just he only did it for one day. I've done it every week since then. It was like 2.5 years ago. So these books are like my collection of like my favorite ones. Those that make you chuckle, those that make you want to like send it to a friend because it's hilarious, or one that you want to send to your Aggie bud to really just kick them when they're down. Yeah, they're fun to read. Highly recommended piece of literature right there.
It's award-winning. Well, will be award-winning. This one came out beginning of the month, correct?
Yeah, I think I told people in the spring that I was gonna release it in June, and to meet that deadline, I think I released it like either June 30th or like July 1st. So pretty close to the start of the month. So
it was accurate.
Yeah.
The one thing I know, Tes has mentioned your tweets often, and a lot of people have. Do you ever laugh? Or, I mean, I know part of it is to get people triggered on the other side, out there near the Brazos River, the Aggie Nation. But have you ever just been, okay, who's going to tell this guy the sarcasm? Because a lot of people really get bent out of shape and are ass hurt, so to speak.
Yes. I've just learned to pretend that everyone is just whining. So like when if someone tweets something like negative at me, I will read it like in a whiny voice, and that kind of just makes me want to respond more. And so I don't know. I don't really know what determines the best person to get into it with, but I don't have to do it as much as I used to, because now someone will usually just tag me in a tweet that they need assistance on, and I'll just hop in. So now, like I used to have to like research and find people that had bad takes so I could like blow them up. But now people just send them to me, so it's gotten even easier. So it's fun.
You're an expert at shutting it down, Kyle. No, you really are. Like I have yet to see somebody shut you down. I mean, it's usually just one, like, like you said, a data bomb or some fact or something that it's like you put out your tweet and then it's just like crickets.
And what's crazy is Texas is still like down. We're still like in our worst period. So like, just imagine if we were like 11-1 this season, which is what I'm predicting. Imagine how much more fun Twitter will be for everyone.
I just don't think the nation would be prepared for that. But I have to argue. Kyle. I know that this time frame has been very difficult to deal with, but I grew up in the 80s, and I will remember from 84 to 89 was a horrific time frame.
Yes.
But we can't. So just 101 Aggie Facts, Volume 3, Kyle Umlang. You can get the other volumes as well. Amazon, and are you partnering with anybody?
Yeah, the Sue Patrick and the Co-op, the two biggest Longhorn gear places there are. So you can for sure find my books there too.
In authenticity, you can always look for Kyle's mug with the shades on.
Yes,
you have the book.
That avatar has been seen by a lot of people, either on like a funny tweet or one of their friends got blown up or something. Everyone knows me by that logo. So people are always like, "When are you going to change your logo?" I'm like, "I'm never changing it. That logo is the brand."
Brand.
Yeah, you don't want to see that thing pop up on one of your tweets.
70 years from now or 80 years from now, when 80, 90, hopefully 100, when we bury the great Kyle Umlang, that will be on your headstone.
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah, just that, nothing else.
Just his avatar.
I think we all three even Aggies are excited about 2024. The rivalry will return, but Texas has to go to College Station. Even Jimbo Fisher, and I can't wait for Tessa's response to this. Jimbo Fisher, shocking with his response about the rivalry returning in 2024.
Been a lot of rivalries. Been fortunate to be in college football a long time and being some of the great rivalries in college football. And this one, A&M and Texas, definitely is a great rivalry. And I think it's great for us, and it's great for them, and it's great for college football in general. And very excited for it to happen.
He should be excited. I can't wait to wipe the floor with him. It's going to be great.
I think he's hoping he gets his buyout before then or something. I don't know.
Right.
I still to this day can't believe that contract that A&M afforded him. But, you know, I don't know. I'm still speechless over that.
It was a big one.
There is an Aggie fact. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it's something like that Texas A&M loves to hire coaches that win national championships just at different schools. And so they've hired coaches that have won, like, I think 4 or 5 national championships before they came to A&M. And then there's, I think, like 6 or 7 that won after they coached at A&M, but none like at A&M. It's hilarious.
That's a solid fact. I didn't even think about that.
College Station.
There's Gene Stallings had ties, and Bear Bryant actually coached.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That was that before? No, that was before Alabama, correct?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, the Junction Boys. That was when that happened. So there's a debate as we Texas transitions to the SEC. Who's the real UT? So before we debate, we got to hear from the former Oklahoma quarterback great, who's now the head football coach at Tennessee.
Which school has the real claim to being able to call itself UT?
There's only one real UT. One right shade of orange.
That was a great visual. Me trying to listen. Screw that. That is safety orange.
Yeah, it's creamsicle orange.
Oh, I like that. It's Tic Tac orange. It's not even. It's like a cartoon orange.
Yeah.
Good orange.
You can't be taken seriously.
No,
not at all. And so, Kyle, that leads me to this. I mean, I've seen it. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Some of the SEC social media followers across the great SEC, they've attacked you a little bit, somewhat, right?
Yeah, I don't know how it happens. I get introduced into new sides of Twitter. Like Tennessee Twitter is the latest one, and it's because of this who's the real UT stuff. I had some tweets about it, and I guess they didn't like them. So now people are trying to come at me or whatever the Twitter lingo is. Yeah, I'm not even sure. But
well, come at me, bro.
One of my favorite things to always tell them is that until 1879, Tennessee was known as East Tennessee University. So there's no way they are the real UT.
I like it, and there it is. It's the facts.
And their Power T logo that they like, the baseball team claims that, oh yeah, well, Texas copies us. Texas baseball used that for over half a century longer than they did.
Dropping knowledge.
So
the only way what I would expect you ever to drop knowledge.
But
he's always prepared.
But I think the best way to do it is we need almost like an electoral college map. We need like one person in every state to clear their browser history, open Chrome incognito mode, and just search the word UT. And if Texas pops up first, that state gets a point, and then just that way we'll know what people in all the states think. You know,
this is a great idea and game. It sounds like fun.
So go to Google incognito mode, and clear your browser history.
Yes, and it'd be preferable if it was like your auntie who doesn't know anything about sports, who's never looked at either website or team's stuff. So
Siri, who is the real UT? Oh, the real UT. Oh, says a history lesson on why it's Tennessee, not Texas. Wow.
Oh, boo.
Wow.
Screw you, Siri.
Wow. Shout out
Siri
to
doesn't know shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
my God,
I trust Alexa.
Alexa.
That's right. Yeah.
You two are Alexa users.
Yeah.
I do enjoy Alexa.
So this subject right here, I think it was I get it. They're changing it up back to the Red River rivalry. And that's what we all know it as. I don't know why this was such a big deal. I think the SEC really had something to do with this as far as the marketing of the game. I didn't like shootout. And then that was socially unacceptable, or it was because of the reference to fighting with guns. But
right.
Why are we making such? Is it just because we're trying to keep the college football analytics up on social media? I mean, this is the way it should always. And that's all I know. I came out of the womb saying Red River rivalry, alliteration.
Well, the hardest part about this new name change is saying Red River rivalry without sounding like Elmer Fudd. It's really. I had to focus just really hard for a second right there to do that, but. That's the only negative about this name is the ability to say it. But yeah, I love shootout. I love rivalry. The showdown I always thought was lame. So I'm just glad it's back to something that was in the past that we all.
I agree. I like it. Red River rivalry. She sells seashells by the
yeah, exactly.
I like it. I think it sounds great. And like Kyle said, I'd rather it be that. I wasn't really the showdown. That kind of sounds like
it.
The Wild Wild West Saloon or something. I don't know. It's like,
Tes is the queen of enunciation. She got it. They're not no Elmer Fudd. Oh my God. So that's it. I mean, so Kyle, I got to ask you this. So you're a fan, and you're a fan year round, and that's where you are first. You are definitely a Texas fan. Now we're going to, as we move into this year, everybody the hype machine has already started. There's no doubt about it. It happens every year in Austin, Texas. What's your take? I mean, what is your take on this team? Because here's what I tell everybody. If Quinn develops into the quarterback to which he is hyped up to be, then they will. Yeah. Is that a fair assessment according to your statistical knowledge and evolution of a program?
Yes, I think our defense is there. I think it's definitely improved from the first year under Sark. We have returners on the offensive line with a bunch of starts. Most of them from last year. I think all of them are back. Maybe. Nair's back for wide receiver. Our wide receiver core is top notch. Even though Bijan's gone, our running back room is one of the best in the nation. Mm-hmm. Quinn literally, even if Quinn plays as he played last year, I think we do better. So if he's improved as much as everyone's hyped him up to be, I think Big 12 championship, we will be there for sure. I'm predicting us to go 11-1. I think we smoke Bama. But I think we have too many. I think we have too many games in a row down the stretch, and we lose a weird one on the road to a random Big 12 team. It's probably gonna happen. So, but if we can just have one of those, just one, I think we'll have a great season.
Tessa, have you? I know we've talked, but have you? You need more time before you start making predictions, or what are you siding with Kyle?
Well, I love everything Kyle said.
Oh, absolutely.
Winning 11 games, let's do it.
I will be honest, though. I have been drinking the burnt orange Kool-Aid all off season. So.
Oh, well, that's pretty much the only thing I live on. So I know anything else but that. But yeah, I would be happy with 11 games would be amazing. I think 9 would be killer. I mean, I'm just going, but 11 would be awesome. I want the Big 12 championship. I want to beat Alabama, but I feel like some of our most important games are towards the end of the season. in that maybe BYU and Tech could maybe determine who goes to Big 12. So, and I agree too, notoriously Texas might just throw out just one, loss to like somebody like, what in the hell did we do to lose them? But that's okay. We can't be perfect. But and Quinn has got to be better. He's got to have matured, so, and I think everybody's seeing that. And then just like Kyle said, running backs, and even though that we lost Bijan and Roshan, I mean, we still have a lot of talent there. And then the wide receivers and defense. And I can't wait to see it. It's gonna be
what we do with our guest, and I love it, hence the name Stories Inside the Man Cave. We have Man Cave Stories, and this one, before we show it, Kyle, you know how hot it gets down here, but it's been ridiculous across the state. Yeah. Human error found its way on a meteorologist board and at WFA in Dallas. Absolutely hilarious. Don't get me wrong, it's hot, but he referenced his mistake. Love it. Self-deprecating humor, but it was rather warm in McKinney, Texas the other day.
And in Dallas, your heat index is 107. Everyone in McKinney is dead. The temperature, the heat index right now in McKinney is 10,000. What is that? 101,105.
That's awesome.
You got to kind of feel sorry for the guy a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, television creates errors because we all have. You're typing. And it's proofreading. It's easier said than done. I'm just going to be honest. I made a few errors in my days. Like when I was in East Texas, Stephen F. Austin had an off week. It said Jack off week.
Oh, nice.
No.
That's way better than 10,000 degrees.
That's awesome.
Failed to place the S. Letters are important. Letters are important.
Oh, man.
Kyle, I know you've got a busy evening. Before we jet out with you and Man Cave Story, usually it's a story that someone has, and there's been some classics from all walks of life that have been inside the Man Cave. Is there one story, maybe from your days as a student or your adult life, that is as comical now as it was then?
I mean, everyone loves a good like puke story. I have a good one of those where he covers like 5 rows of people get covered by this dude who drank way too much. But anyway, no one wants to hear that story. So I'll do a regular one. So back when I was in school, like a junior senior area, they would give your tickets like your pass tickets for all the home games. They would email them to you in this big PDF. You could print it out and take it to the game. You couldn't even do it on your phone back then. You had to print it out and take it to the game. So like my friend didn't buy season tickets like me and my other ones did. So he was like, I need a ticket to every game, and I don't care who I get it from. So like even like hours before the game, I'd finally find someone who wasn't going and like wanted to sell it for cheap. And they would email it to me, and then I would open Photoshop and I would change it to his information. And so that's how he would go to the games. And so, because you had to show your student ID to prove that you were like a student. So like you were using the right pass. And so he walked up to the week one, he walks up to the gate and the lady scans it and she's like, this says Jennifer like Barson. And he's like, that's weird. And then she let him through, but I was like, whew, that was a close one. But I didn't even think about that it would show up on their end, the right name, even though I photoshopped the name to match his ID. But it was funny.
That's brilliant.
I did that all season. Back in the day.
The cerebral Kyle Umlang.
That's right. That means you learned something in college.
Kyle, well, one parting thought for those Longhorn fans seeking Aggie Facts that they could possibly use in their arguments as Texas heads into the SEC.
A fun one that I always like to do is Texas has more trips to the College World Series than Texas A&M has appearances in the baseball tournament.
Oh my God.
So what sparked Volume 3 was the shit show that the 2022 season was for the Aggies. So a whole chapter of Volume 3 is about that season. So one of those is in 2022, Jimbo Fisher became the first coach in college football history to finish the season unranked 3 times after starting in the AP preseason top 6. He's the only person in history to do that. So bravo, Jimbo.
Good job, buddy.
That is, he will forever have his name etched in history for the wrong reason.
They might put it up on the stadium wall. Who knows? And one last one. Texas A&M College World Series wins on any day during any year against any team all time. 4. They have 4. Texas College World Series wins on days that are prime numbers during years that are prime numbers against teams with the word state in their name. Also 4. That's how few times A&M has been. That you can narrow Texas is down to that specific category, and it's still the same as theirs all time.
Statistics, baby.
Yeah.
Data. Statistics.
Yep, I love it.
That's your life. That is amazing. Brother, we appreciate you, man. And,
thanks for having me.
Days with Tes, but, we got to record on Mondays. Got to plan ahead sometimes,
Yeah.
Remember, you got to hook up with Tes and myself during the football season, and we got it. Maybe we'll do one of those. What are they going to call them? It's going to be X Spaces, not Twitter Spaces.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go send some X's out or something. I have no idea what I'm gonna call it or what it's gonna be called, but I think everyone's just gonna still call it Twitter. I don't know.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think it'll be officially called X, but people will just call it Twitter.
It's amazing. God almighty. Come on, Elon. Let's go with one.
Kyle, it was so nice to finally meet you.
Oh, yes. So nice to meet you too. Thanks for having me on, Sean.
Absolutely, brother. We'll be in touch again. And on the other side of this break, we'll get Tes's opinions on some hot button subjects like Texas Tech running college football. That's on the other side of this break.
That's not a good one.
The weather forecast for the unforeseen future is hot, and I know of a very special place where you can escape that stifling Austin summer heat. Shoal Creek Saloon is your unofficial home for watching Houston Astros baseball. Yeah, the 2-time World Series champions. In addition to this Texas-sized Houston Astros flag flying outside of the saloon, go inside where you can watch every Astros game and consume a frosty adult beverage. But we all know the Texas Rangers are leading that division by 3.5 games. It is going to go down to the wire. You can catch those games as well. And don't forget all of those delicious Louisiana delights on the menu, such as this. Shoal Creek Saloon, an Austin original and a proud partner of Stories Inside the Man Cave podcast.
Hey, this is Coach with Hargrove Roofing. We're super excited about sponsoring the Big 12 Football Media Day on Stories Inside the Man Cave. Know who's on your roof? Hargrove Roofing.
Joey, after you beat Texas in overtime at your place, you said everything runs through Lubbock. You still stand by that? And do you feel like Tech may be in position to maybe be the flagship program of the Big 12 going forward?
I love that question for so many reasons. For one reason, because Pat Clancy is here, and he is our storyteller for Texas Tech. And I told him, after that, I said, some things are just for the locker room, and some things are for everybody. And he looked at me and he said, "I'm sorry, Coach." And I said, "Yeah, you know what, Pat? There's nothing that comes out of my mouth that I don't truly 100% believe."
Except that.
Except that.
Except that.
Except that.
Mm-hmm.
McGuire, he got called out. Whoa, we got really small all of a sudden. Oh my God.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. We need some Viagra over here. college football running through Lubbock. I love Coach McGuire. I really do. Great high school coach, Cedar Hill, assistant at Baylor. He's going. I do think Tech will contend for one of the spots. I think that we've said it before. Tech and Texas could be playing for a spot in the Big 12 championship that last game.
Right. Our day after Thanksgiving night game.
Yeah.
Which, is the return of the day after Thanksgiving night game. I don't know if anybody remembers the last time we had a day after Thanksgiving night game, but it was about 10 to 12 years ago. I think it was 2013. I might be wrong.
It was Charlie Strong's last year. They played Tech. Chris Warren went off for like 300 yards.
Right. So that was that 20.
Well, wait, that wasn't the day after Thanksgiving. That was 2016, I think.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. So, all right.
I think it may not have been after Thanksgiving, though.
So I've been having to suffer at this bullshit 11 a.m. day after Thanksgiving game for a long time now that it's been so much suffering that I can't even remember when it was good.
Things will start flipping. But when Texas and Oklahoma leave the Big 12, I really do. I think Joey McGuire and Texas Tech are about to elevate because they have poured money into their facilities. They're going through upgrades right now. Massive. And you and I both know, put our just be unbiased here. There are a lot of people who love Tech. We all know.
No, I know. Yeah. And I have to hear about it all the fucking time. Oh. I'm just going to say I am not going to miss not playing the Red Raiders one iota.
They're dangerous. The late great Spike Dykes, he really did a great job with them, making them relevant for quite a while. We stay away from politics, but Tess, this whole Jason Aldean deal with his song, it fired a lot of people up. It also had it about the small town. Try that in a small town song. Have you followed that?
I'll be honest with you. This is one news snippet that I do not know about.
Well, I'll just say this.
All right.
There were a lot of people from different races saying that this had racial overtones in it. Well, here's one Instagram follower really gave their 2 cents about it.
There's not a damn thing wrong in that song. All he's saying in that song is fuck around and find out. He's not talking about anybody specific. He didn't mention a single bit of color. If you felt pressed about what he said in that song, he's talking about you. Because when he's talking about robbing a store, when he's talking about talking shit to the cops, I know what you're thinking. It's gotta be black people, right? He didn't say that. He didn't say anything about color. He didn't say anything about race. And last time I checked, all races rob stores and talk shit to the cops. One just so happens to do a little bit more than usual. That's not the point. Jason Aldean made the song about small towns. Small towns don't put up with shit. Criminals in big cities are able to get away with more shit. The local shopkeepers are afraid of them. But in a small town, you can't get away with shit that you normally would get away with. And that's what he's saying. Try that in a small town. It ain't going to be the same. And he's right. And he's not talking about no damn sundown town, because I know that's what people are going to say. Go to a small town and act a fool and see what happens. I don't need to say nothing else other than stream that motherfucking song, because that's a damn good song.
Yeah, I agree with him. And I think that was a great explanation of it. And I think the point he's trying to make, and I experienced this just this summer when I went to Terlingua, that when somebody is a bad neighbor in that town, this is a small town in far west Texas, by the way, for anybody that's not familiar with Terlingua, near Big Bend National Park. But anytime anybody's a quote unquote bad neighbor, you know what? They won't sell you gas. They won't let you buy groceries, and they won't deliver your mail. And guess what? You got to get out of town.
Get the F out of here. They got you by your balls. All he's saying is, listen, look around what's going on. It's not just Austin, Texas, Tes, or people watching. There's a lot of bullshit that all of us are having to put up with that because city governments and the law enforcement, obviously there's reform is good, but people are getting away with way too much shit. And then being defended by people, I'm going to go ahead and say it. There's a lot of soft people in the world, in America right now, period. A lot of soft people.
I can agree with that. And I think everything has got to be analyzed to the nth degree. Overanalyzed. Why can't it just be what he's actually talking about? And look, I'm the first person to, I'm not down with any sort of, derogatory about anything, race, color, religion, all that kind of stuff. But I do think what the gentleman who was just explaining what his opinion was, is that basically, I don't think he was talking about anything other than a small town.
That's all he was. He just saying, listen, he's tired. He's speaking what all of us are seeing. Like, we don't have city governments helping us. We're getting robbed. We're getting our cars broken into all the time. Who has to pay for that? You and I, everybody.
We all do.
And you can't go anywhere without, the homeless situation's out of control. Why don't we worry about mental health? Well, it's everywhere. We can go down a rabbit hole right now. But all Jason Aldean, to your point, is saying, try all that in a small town. It ain't happening.
Yeah, fuck around and find out.
Yeah,
exactly. And any of us that are from, any states or any regions that have small towns, and there's small towns all over this great state of Texas, and any of us know, how the shit can go down. And it's more of like a vigilante type thing. If you go in one of those towns and start screwing around, they'll make sure you get the F out.
It ain't happening in Nacogdoches. It's not happening in, we can name any small town. Go to West Texas, outside of Waco. That ain't happening.
I mentioned Terlingua,
Gerald, Texas. It's not happening.
Now in Austin, you can, walk down the middle of the street with, a fucking unicorn horn on your head and, naked and all kinds of stuff. And, somebody will be like, he should run for mayor.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen some things you and I both have. And listen, I will speak for Tes, and I will speak for myself. She's already said it. We will be the first to stand up for any anti-racist or any racism. That's not happening.
1,000%.
Not on our watch.
No.
Or anti-hate against religion. That's not happening.
Or, any of your sexual preference, any of that shit.
None of it.
I really think let people love. It's hard enough to find somebody to love or that loves you, the way you want to be loved or something like that, or find somebody that, you really have a connection with. So who cares who it is? I'm like, more power to you. It doesn't bother me one iota. I think it's great that people, find this great love and connection with one another. And, in fact, I'm just, it makes me happy to see anybody in that sort of relationship and happy. So,
I am too. You be you. Everyone be yourself and love yourself. That's it.
Right.
Love one another. Love one another. I love you, Tes.
I love you too.
So what happened was CMT pulled that video.
Ooh, I did not know that.
And all these country musicians and others started protesting. Well, they pulled their own videos and they pulled some of their business deals, millions of dollars.
Wow. Ooh, so it's a big little backlash thing. Well, Jason Aldean's not any small potatoes. This is one of the big country name stars. So, and I'm sure he has a lot of buddies in the industry too that are probably trying to support him.
But but we're not. It's just, if I saw this as racist, I wouldn't be talking about it at all. Period. Hey, let's cheer things up. This is probably the last one of the summer. It's kind of depressing. pops into DKR like that. You have one.
I know this is supposed to be my road trip suggestion, but I'm going to change it up just a little bit.
Okay.
Well, this would be a road trip for anybody that's not from Austin.
Oh.
So obviously, Austin is a big tourist destination for a variety of reasons, but a lot of people come here to go to our beautiful lakes. And I had an experience this last Sunday that I thought was really fun, and I highly recommend it. But there is a company here in Austin called Float On Boat Rentals.
Oh, you got on? You did it?
Yeah, I did it yesterday. And so one, you can rent boats and have a captain, just like, a party boat,
right,
or just rent a boat with your buddies and have somebody. Now you can drive it or they can drive it too. But what I did, they're doing something right now, is they are doing a water taxi from the 360 bridge. So that's the Pennybacker Bridge,
right.
Anybody that's not from Austin. So you get picked up there in a boat. You pick your time slot. And then they take you 40 minutes down the way to Ski Shores Cafe restaurant.
Love it.
And so then you get off the boat. Ski Shores is a great restaurant on the water that was just purchased by the McGuire Mormon group. So they redid the menu, the cocktails, everything. But cocktails, live music on the water. Good food. So then you can hang out, grab some food, grab a couple drinks, and then Float On will come back and pick you up and take you back. So you get to it's kind of like a water taxi ride to and from, have a little fun at Ski Shores, and then get picked up. And you can pick your time slots and your day. And it's really affordable. I think it was like $50 a person. Of course, tip your captain. But obviously when you buy your own stuff at Ski Shores, but they'll even call ahead and get you a reservation at Ski Shores.
Is that right?
Float On will do that too. So anyways, it was a really good experience. I think they're only doing it like for a couple more weeks this summer, but I'm assuming they're going to redo it next summer too. But really fun thing. I saw people of all ages. I saw couples and groups of women and men, and then I even saw some people bring their kids. So it's really a fun thing to do, and I highly recommend it. So that would be a fun thing to do here in the last few weeks of the summer.
So that's a new business, and so you don't have to have a big enough group to fill it up. You can show up.
No, you could even go one or two people, and what they do is they give time slots, and they only have so many people in each slot because they can only put so many people on the boat, right?
Yeah.
I think there might be like a 12-person max, and it goes from like 11 a.m. to like 6 o'clock at night, I think might be like the last round. So you can kind of go, if you wanted to do an early like lunch thing, or if you wanted to do more like a dinner afternoon thing, you could kind of do it either way. But I thought it was really, really cool and really fun. Highly recommend it. Had a great time, and I would do it again in a heartbeat.
That's a great lead right there. I saw it on Instagram. You just explained it. So man, get your butt out there, guys. Man, that part of Lake Austin is beautiful. It's cleaner, and Ski Shores is one of my top 10 favorite places in the Austin area.
Right, and Ski Shores has cornhole and pickleball too.
I saw the pickleball court last time.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of, and then there's kind of like a little play area for the kiddos too. Like if you want your kids to go play, there's some other things to do other than just drink and eat if you're bringing people that want to do some activities and things like that.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I cannot wait. We need to get a small group. I would love to do that, just to put an end to the summer, but we all know summer doesn't end until October. But,
What are we talking about? A few more weeks of summer. What in the heck?
I know it.
It's going to be basketball scores all the way to October.
TikTok in the man cave. Kids hear everything. Kids say the damnedest things. Married couples who have kids realize that, you know what? Their sex life is not secret at all. This young man, he heard it. He even put his ear to the door.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
No.
I'll be having it.
Who be having it? That might be the the movie we be watching sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Y'all don't have a TV anymore.
We can watch TV on my computer, though.
No.
So, you don't hear that. What you hear?
What I really hear?
Yeah.
What I really hear? I hear you guys call. Oh, really?
Okay, then.
Oh, dear Lord, that kid's going to be scarred for life. Nobody wants to hear their parents.
That kid is going to be a comedian one day.
Oh, he's hilarious.
I love that little kid, by the way.
Funny.
Hey, we've had a good episode. Kyle Umlang, can't get much better than that with the statistical genius. But Tes, one last thing.
Hey, man, tell me something good.
Tell me something good, brought to by our good friends at Honest AC and Plumbing, where a handshake still means something. Tes, I kind of want things to slow down a little bit because you and I both love summer. So do a lot of people. Tell me something good as you try to be excited about what's ahead, but what's exciting right now for you as we enter this last stage of this best season of the year?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get all my summer in as much as I can, even though we know it's going to be hot, but trying to spend as much time as I can outdoors and or in the water or submerged in water. I'm about to embark on a new career change.
I'm very proud of you.
Coming Monday. So it's a big change for me. But I'm very excited and can't wait to get started in that new role and contribute to that company that has been kind enough to offer me a position. And so I'm excited, and that's probably the best thing that's going on for me. Right?
I am so excited.
I mean, I've got some other stuff, but it's probably not appropriate.
That's so funny. And if you see anything tied to Tessa's name, no, she does not work for Governor Abbott.
Oh, God. If another person asked me, everybody thinks I'm going to work for Governor Abbott. Guys, I'm not going to work for the governor. So
there it is. She said it.
Everybody that is not. I mean, we have people that are Abbott fans that are like, that's up and awesome. And then people that aren't Abbott fans like, God damn it. I'm like, guys, I'm not going to work for the governor.
Again.
Who's this even coming from? Anyway, yes, thank you for confirming that, Sean. I am not going into politics.
No, even though you'd probably do a pretty good job at it.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. You'd probably
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
No, I think that both of us, I think we would probably tell people the truth and probably hurt some fellow politicians' feelings.
Yes, I would probably hurt some feelers, but that's just kind of what I do.
That's what we do. If you're hurting someone's feelings by telling the truth, then you're doing it right.
Yeah, no, I'm a pretty truthful individual all around. So
yeah, I say you're not wrong. Not wrong.
The truth hurts.
Truth hurts. Hey, Dallas Cowboys training camp. I'll tell you something good is they have arrived in Oxnard, California. Our guy, Michael Coleman, he's a sportscaster now. He's been in New York City, Austin, Kansas City, Wichita Falls. He's now back a second time in Tyler, Texas. He is now in Oxnard. We'll start our Dallas Cowboy reports tomorrow.
Woohoo! How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? If they don't make it to the Super Bowl, they're just like Texas fans. If you don't win a championship, the season sucks.
Oh, and I just saw something that is relevant to that. Well, it doesn't have to do with the football or the camp, but Lou Casey, our famous boot maker, has came out with a limited edition DCC, Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, white boot with a silver star. And let me tell you, it is fine.
Did you order them?
Well, I'm just waiting until I have a little too much wine one night. And yes, I will be buying the Dallas Cowboy cheerleader.
I'm going to say over under $2,000 a pair.
Under.
What?
Yeah. they're actually pretty affordable. I was shocked to myself, which isn't even going to make me buy them.
Remove Tessa's phone from her hands.
That's right.
If you've had other cocktails.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to come home one night and I'm going to have a pair of DCC boots coming to my house
with a blue star on them, right?
They're a silver star, but
Silver star.
they are modeled after the exact boots that the cheerleaders wear on the field. And I don't know, with a little trivia too, but those boots are all made by Lucchese that the cheerleaders wear.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's kind of a connection there. So they're making a boot for us, us lay people. Not everybody gets to be a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, but we can pretend, right?
You can pretend. You feel it. You feel it. Oh my God. Dropping knowledge. First it was Kyle Umlang, now Tes Sawyer dropping knowledge on us.
Yeah. Booyah.
Big fan. Tes, great episode. Great Tuesdays with Tes again. And shout out to Mama Sawyer for sponsoring us, mattgirl.com, and all of our podcast family. And for the great Stevie Lee, who's the pride of Shreveport, Louisiana, and the OG Man Cave boys, that being Hardball Hards, Big Mike, and the Coach Mo. What do we say, Tes Sawyer?
We out.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up.